I'm Kyle, Penguin 101, and I'm going to show you how to make a paint for your script. So here we have this program called something easel. I don't remember who actually created this, but it was found on PowerBot. Now, it's really cool. Basically, you have this template of a game screen, and then you place in the content that you want to use as your paint. So I placed an image here. It's right here, and that's all that is. And then I added text by clicking here, typing what I want, and then clicking here to do that. So for my paint, I made it in paint.net or Photoshop if you have it, but I don't have it. Uploaded the image to Image Shack. Then I clicked, I believe it's this button right here, yeah, load an image for URL, and then placed it here. Once you have all that done, you're going to go to File, and you hit Generate Code. And I would ignore copying the imports. The main one that you want to copy is this big chunk right here. You're going to go to your script. So here I go to SNXT time, and I pasted it in. So from here to here is all the code that was generated from that program. Now, if you use an image searching thing that we used in a couple of our other videos, the image string method, you will notice that you'll get an error. So how I fixed this is I took, I just typed in java.awt and then placed that right in front of that image. You're also going to need to do this for right here. Alternatively, you can remove this whole image block and do it the same method as these. Awkward. My computer's beeping at me. That's fun. Alternatively, you can go ahead and do the same string, image string method as we did with the other things. I just find it easier to do it this way, simply because once you generate your image string, it is going to be really huge if you have a huge image, such as this one. And I don't know about you, but that takes up like just a gigantic chunk, like longer than this. So I didn't like that. So this was a lot simpler. And plus, you're only loading this image once, so really this is fine. Whereas these images here that are coming from the strings are actually loaded into memory, and you keep constantly calling them. So that is that's fine with me. I don't mind if the user downloads this once, and it's a lot better, just in my opinion, though. Once you have that, you can go ahead and edit these strings. So for here, when all I did was added a generic thing that says time ran, T stolen, profit earned, XP gained, T stolen per hour, profit per hour, and XP per hour. So all I did here was I hit space, then added a plus, and then we're adding the actual value there, right next to it. And then this is the coordinates on where it lies on the screen. So this is your X and your Y. So I took the time ran, and this is generated from my timer. So I typed in, where is it? Right here. Public timer, and then I called it time ran. And then once I do time ran, I can go ahead and say to string time elapsed. Then the next thing was I put in my integer here for T stolen and an integer here for profit. And when you place these in here, you're going to make sure that you want them, they're called somewhere, they're initiated somewhere within your code. Because I noticed when I was doing another paint, I was like, why aren't these showing up? They're not there. And then I realized that they were not initiated. So to save you all the problems or troubles, make sure that you initiate them. So what does that look like? So for example, here on my on start, I had to make sure that my timer was set up. And then also for my flax picked and the profit, they were set to 0, which means they actually have a value. And I did the same thing here for profit, T stolen, and XP. They are set to 0, which means that they are initiated and they have a value. We're gonna for the profit per hour thing, or whatever, you're gonna type in format per hour, then the variable or the integer, and then you're going to have your timer, and then that's it. It's so simple. And then just because, I don't know if any of you guys know, so I thought I'll also place this here, is when you're going to go ahead and add a value to your things. For example, if I just want to increase T stolen by 1, I'll put plus plus. If I want to make my XP go up by 16, I'll hit plus equals 16. So I'm adding a total of 16 to, or adding 16 to the total. And then profit plus or minus T get price. This get price is a grand exchange method, and this is called, or started and initiated through on the onstart. So we have a thing called T, the grand exchange, get item, the cup of tea equals false. And this T is also a grand exchange item. So you want to make sure that if you're going to get prices that way, instead of having a manual price, that this is a lot easier method. So you don't always have to constantly update your script in order to match the current market prices. So that's a very nice handy tool. Other than that, that's a very simple way of setting up a paint for your script, and I hope you enjoy. The download for this easel will be linked in the description. Thank you. Bye-bye.